I used to ridicule those viral videos of entitled women losing it over silly nonsense, yelling at baristas for an incorrect order, or yelling at cashiers over expired coupons. Sitting at my desk during lunch hours at the architecture firm, I'd roll my eyes thinking, no one's this crazy in real life. Last Tuesday proved me dead wrong, and I owe those TikTokers an apology. What I found in my shower made those clips look like child's play, sending me into a battle so unreal it might have been taken from a terrible sitcom. My name's Marcus Bennett, 34, owner of a neat 3-bedroom in the Pinewood area. I purchased it 2 years ago after landing a senior position at Apex Designs, and signing that mortgage was like a victory lap after years of hustling through architecture school. The house, a 90s construction, isn't flashy, but has good bones. I've been renovating it inch by inch, and just the weekend previously, I'd completed overhauling the principal bathroom, new subway tiles, a rain shower head that cost an arm and a leg. The works that Tuesday began as usual, 5:45 a.m., wake up, gym session, home to shower, then into a navy suit for a major client pitch at 9 a.m. We secured the contract for a new library downtown, and my boss instructed me to take the afternoon off to celebrate. I picked up a pastrami sandwich from my favorite deli, fantasizing about a lazy afternoon spent with a craft beer and some TV driving into my driveway at 1:30 p.m. I saw Mrs. Lopez, my nosy neighbor who normally patrols the street like a CIA agent, wasn't on her porch. I assumed she was out with her visiting son from Denver and made a mental note to check on her later. The first red flag struck when I found my front door, not ajar, just unlocked. I always double-check the knob before I leave. A leftover habit from my college days, when once I left my apartment open all day, I eyed the door open, heart racing faster, but nothing seemed amiss. My keys clinked in the entryway bowl, the sound crisp in the quiet house. "Hello?" I called, feeling silly but jumpy. The living room was okay. Laptop still on the coffee table. The kitchen was untouched, breakfast dishes in the rack. Perhaps I'd forgotten to lock up Shaken by the Pitch. I was going to dismiss it when I heard it. Water running in my bathroom, newly renovated bathroom with the expensive shower head that should have been bone dry on a Tuesday afternoon. My pulse spiked, steam curled from under the closed bathroom door, and then the water ceased. Someone was humming in my shower. What sort of thief has a bath during the robbery? I thought of calling 911 but was held back. What do you think, someone's in my shower illegally? Instead, I held the doorknob, took a deep breath, and flung the door wide, stepping into a scene that would traumatize me for life. Steam filled the room like a sauna on steroids. Through the mist, a shape glided behind the frosted shower door. My mind went blank. Was this a squatter? A prank? Nothing had prepared me for what was about to follow. The door slid open, and there stood a woman, late 50s, spinning wet, graying auburn hair in a messy bun, stark naked. Our eyes met me, shock crashing into her scowl like I was the one breaking and entering. "Good Lord!" she shrieked, taking my new Egyptian cotton towel from the warmer. Ever heard of knocking? I stood there in a frozen state, hand on the knob, brain fritzing, a naked stranger in my house screaming at me. Knock, I croaked in my own bathroom. She stepped out, dripping on my new tiles, wrapping my towel around her stocky frame. Her face creased with tanning bed lines. She glared like I'd cut in on her spa day. "This isn't your house," she snapped with such conviction I temporarily wondered if I'd gone into a parallel universe with my identical furniture. "Ma'am," I said, examining myself, "this is 1487 Elm Street. I'm Marcus Bennett. I've had this place for 2 years. Who are you, and how did you get in?" She plopped water onto my bath mat. "Don't play stupid. I'm Patricia Conway. This is my daughter's house, Emily Conway." She gave me a key because my pipes burst. She motioned to the window. "I live at 1487 Birch Street." I stood in the doorway as she attempted to push past. "There's no Birch Street here, and no Emily Conway resides in this house." "You're trespassing," her face, twisted venom seeping into her voice. "I see what's occurring. You people always assuming you can take what doesn't belong to you. My blood iced over you people," I repeated, hoping I'd misheard. "You heard me," she hissed. "This neighborhood's been destroyed since they let just anyone purchase in my daughter earned this house, and you're attempting to bully a defenseless woman." I stepped back, rage and caution warning inside me. This wasn't a combination. You was ugly, ma'am. I'm retrieving my ID, actually. Then I'm dialing the police. Remain here. She pushed ahead, grasping my towel. I'm calling them first. Breaking and entering harassment voyeurism. And in an instant, my peaceful afternoon became a circus, with a half-naked delusional woman invading my living room. Dripping on my hardwood, prepared to paint me the villain, Patricia searched through a gaudy paisley bag on my couch. Something I'd overlooked in my first pass, pulling out a phone. I'm calling 911, she announced, voice shaking with crocodile tears. This man broke in while I was showering. Send help. I heard the dispatcher's suspicion as Patricia gave them my address, referring to it as her daughter's house. I stood back, arms crossed, observing her act. He's still here, she said, giving me a glare. A black man around 6'2" in a suit blocking the door. That was a lie. I was 10 feet away, nowhere near an exit. Ma'am, I said loudly for the dispatcher's benefit, I'm Marcus Bennett, the homeowner. You entered my house without permission. I'm not stopping you from leaving. I prefer you did after the police document this. She turned away, whispering, He's threatening me. Hurry. Her lies were deliberate, weaponizing stereotypes to flip the script. I grabbed my phone and dialed 911. I must report an intruder, I explained to the operator. A woman I don't know is in my home using my shower, stating it's her daughter's. I'm the owner, Marcus Bennett at 1487 Elm Street. The operator, obviously perplexed. Recorded units were already en route for Patricia's call. I emphasized, I'm the legal resident. I have documentation, hanging up. I ran to my office for my driver's license, deed, and mortgage documents, keeping Patricia under surveillance as she lounged on my couch, soaking my pillows, smug as if she'd won. Police are coming. She taunted, Hope you're ready. Oh, I am. I shot back, waving my papers. Are you? Her smirk faltered, but she doubled down. Those could be faked. Anyone can print junk online. I nearly laughed. So I forged documents, adorned this house with my photos, including my degree on the mantle. Trick you into showering here for what, she sniffed. Emily warned me. This zone is altered. Shady figures moving in. I pressed. Does Emily possess a deed? A key that fits? She extracted a key from her purse. Green-capped, not mine. This functioned well. I examined it. That's not my key. How'd you enter? Her assurance broke. The door was unlocked. Emily probably left it open. I shook my head. It was locked this morning. You attempted a wrong key, had found it open, and simply walked in around my stuff. Before she was able to answer, the doorbell rang. Police, Patricia sprang up. I'll get it. She chirped, sprinting toward the door as if it were her house. I trail behind, heart thudding, realizing whoever gave the first word would decide this disaster. Patricia beat me to the door, flinging it open in my towel, standing in front of two officers. A grizzled man, Officer Caldwell, and a younger black woman, Officer Hayes. Thank God, Patricia sobbed. This man broke in while I was showering. I'm so scared. I stepped forward. Papers raised. Officers, I'm Marcus Bennett, the owner of the home. This woman came into my house and used my shower without my permission. Caldwell, looking like he'd witnessed every variety of crazy side. Everyone calm. Let's sort this out. Patricia nodded, water still dripping. I was in my daughter's shower because my pipes burst, and he burst in. Caldwell turned to me. You say this is your house. I handed over my ID, in fact, purchased it 2 years ago. Never encountered this woman. Hayes verified the documents, address and photo match. Patricia scoffed. Those are not real. Call my daughter Emily Conway. She owns this. Hayes requested, got the key. Ma'am, Patricia flashed the green key. Worked fine, I cut in. Can I demonstrate? With Caldwell's gesture, I attempted the key in my lock. It didn't fit. My locks are Baldwin. That's a fast deployment. Hayes scowled. Ms. Conway. How do you enter? Patricia flushed. The door was open. Emily left it for me. Caldwell pressed. Who's Emily? My daughter Patricia said. Purchased this 6 months ago, I interrupted. Owned it. 2 years. No Emily Conway here. Hayes inquired, What address are you at, ma'am? 1487 Elm Street. No Birch Street here. Closest is in Westfield, 3 miles away. Patricia pawed, eyes darting, like she was seeing my house anew, but her defiance surged back. That's nonsense. I know my daughter's home. Caldwell pulled out his phone. Let's call Emily. Number. Patricia fumbled reading a number. Caldwell dialed. Speaker on. After 2 rings, a woman answered Emily Conway. He asked, "Yes, who's this?" The voice sounded wary. "Officer Caldwell, Pinewood PD. I'm with a woman claiming to be your mother, Patricia Conway, telling you that you own 1487 Elm Street. Can you verify?" A long silence. "My mother passed away 4 years ago from dementia. I don't own anything in Pinewood. I reside in Westfield on Birch Street." The room fell still. Patricia stood. Frozen towel, clutched tight eyes, wide with shock. Caldwell pressed. "Do you know a Patricia, like your mother? Perhaps someone mistaken." Another silence. "My mom was in a care home prior to her passing. There was a resident, Patricia Evans, with early onset dementia. She at times believed she was part of other families. They needed to split her away from Mom. The reality came like a gut punch." Hayes went slowly to Patricia, softly. "Miss Evans, is your name?" "Patricia Evans." Patricia's face folded. "No, I'm Patricia Conway." She persisted, but her voice shook. "This isn't Emily's home, is it?" The hour that followed was chaos and clarity. Hay sat with Patricia, now silent, as Caldwell phoned Sunshine Hills. Assisted living a mile from Patricia, had strayed during a craft lesson, missing since 10 a.m. I made coffee, struggling with the transition from intruder to medical case. Her racist insults still hurt, but was she her illness speaking? I discovered her clothes slacks, a blouse, a Sunshine Hills cardigan in the bathroom, and turned them over. Paramedics arrived. A placid woman. Lisa, greeting Patricia. "We met last month. Recall. Let's take you home for meatloaf night." Patricia, getting dressed in the bathroom, appeared subdued. She hesitated by me. "This isn't Emily's place," she whispered. "No, ma'am, I'm Marcus." Her eyes cleared temporarily. "I said horrible things to you." I nodded. "Okay, feel better?" She smiled weakly. "Your shower's good. Better pressure than at Sunshine Hills." I laughed despite myself. "Thanks, just had it remodeled." The EMTs released her ending. The most bizarre home invasion ever. 2 days later, working on library plans, I received a call from Karen Ortiz, Sunshine Hills director. "I'm so sorry about Patricia Evans," she said. "We've tightened security. I appreciated it. Ready to move on." Then she added, "Patricia's been asking about you." The incident left a mark. "She's upset about how she treated you." I was stunned. She remembers. Karen sighed. Her memory spotty, but emotional moments stick. Our psychologist thinks a visit might ease her distress. My instinct was to say no, work life, the sting of her words. But my grandpa's dementia days flashed back, how small connections grounded him. "What's involved?" I asked. "A short visit, 15 minutes, staff present," Karen said. I checked my schedule. "Tomorrow, 3 p.m. "Perfect," she replied. "One more thing. Patricia's real daughter, Emily, lives in Seattle, visits once a year. Patricia has no regular guests. The loneliness hit hard. At Sunshine Hills, a cozy facility with bright lounges, Karen greeted me. "This means a lot," she said. In a sunny common room, Patricia sat beside a window, observing sparrows. "Patricia a guest," Karen remarked. Her eyes passed over me, perplexed, then brightened. "The shower man," she said. Drawing steps, I laughed, taking her hand. "Marcus Bennett heard you wanted to talk." She nodded. "Serious, I was rude in your clean bathroom. It's fine." I began, but she interrupted. "No, my mama taught me better. The disease takes things, memories, manners, but not responsibility." Her clarity did shock me. She gave me a tissue-wrapped clay tile leaf patterned glazed green. "A soap dish for your fancy bathroom," she said. I followed the intricate design. Beautiful. "This is thank you." She tapped her head. "I'm not always here, but when I am, I mend what I can." We discussed birds. She'd been a bureau, my work. She'd clerked for architects in the 70s. Her daughter, she kept herself sharp, nothing like the lady who'd sworn at me. On impulse, I said, "Can I call again?" Her face shone even after I monopolized your hot water. Even then, I smiled. "Maybe I'll bring some architect's drawings, I'd like that," she said. "No more break-ins, promise," but that shower felt good. Driving home the soap dish on my lap, I wondered at life's turns. A racist break-in turned into a tenuous tie. I installed the dish in my bathroom. Its country warmth ideal against sleek tiles. Every morning, it puts me in mind of human complexity. I see Patricia every other Friday. Some days, she recognizes me immediately. Others, it takes some time. We talk about designs, birds her youth in Ohio. On difficult days, I read her bird manuals. Staff tell me I'm a highlight. Last month, Emily phoned from Seattle on a visit. Patricia introduced us as her shower buddy, making us both laugh while Emily was stumped. The library is almost finished with a dementia-friendly garden I added inspired by Patricia. When someone asked me why I replied, an unwelcome guest altered my perspective. Yesterday, Karen phoned Patricia's in intensive care. Following strokes, prognosis, grim. I see her 3 times a week with bird books or sketches. She stirred once, whispering the shower man. "That is," I said. "Did I say sorry for those names numerous times?" She smiled faintly. "Good. No. Someone shouldn't judge someone by anything other than their soap dishes." Emily came in and thanked me for being there. "How'd you meet?" she asked Patricia, winked. "She loves a good bathroom," I said. From a hateful break into a profound connection, Patricia taught me about grace, frailty, and humanity's spark. Even in our darkest moments, Mrs. Lopez teases, "I'm off to see my lady friend." But the truth's wilder. As I renovate my kitchen, she's watching for more shower bandits. Lightning won't strike twice, but 3 months ago, I'd have bet against befriending the woman who stormed my home. Life's funny. That why a soap dish can hold more meaning than you'd ever